We're out here at the Dryland race trial out east of Dumas in Moore County, and it's a nice cool morning. After a long dry summer, this cooler mornings are really a person can appreciate, and it's good for the crop too, especially a cotton crop like this that where you're trying to mature bolls. And you know, during the day our temperatures, you know, still on some days touching the upper 80s, maybe low 90s, and that's good. Not too warm, but at night we're cooling down nicely, and that really helps the plant a good deal in the way of you know, metabolism and saving on energy, conserving energy to fill those and mature those upper bolls that we'll be looking at out here, and of which, depending on, you know, the plants you look at, if you look at a plant that's that hasn't had some kind of damage to the terminal earlier in the season, you'll see a lot of bolls all the way up the height of the plant. We've got a good boll load of the plants we have out here. Some of the varieties are a little more open than others, and I think that kind of pretty be expected. As far as use of a harvest aid, I mean, we're at a point now where just about any time a harvest aid could be applied, and you know, to get this crop ready. So why do we want to use the harvest aids? And it's probably been discussed some already, but you know, two things primarily, and one is to encourage the leaves, get that ethylene levels going in the leaf, some production, and then to drop these leaves off to get those out of the way for harvest, so they don't stick to the lint and you know, get in the way, get mixed up. But you've got the leaf here, and so that ethylene level is going to build up, and then right here, find the leaf that works. Right there, where the leaf hooks onto the stem, we've got what they call an abscission zone, and that defoliant and hormone encourages that ethylene production, and then that encourages this abscission zone to go ahead and form, and those leaves can be released and they drop off on the ground. In the case of where the very upper bolls haven't opened yet, a little more time in warm weather, that's what really develops fiber. It's not the harvest aids that will develop fiber, but they just encourage leaves to fall off and to get that plant ready for harvest, to aid in that. So the crop is really doing well as far as maturing and coming around the corner to be ready to harvest. Out here in this dryland situation, what I'm seeing overall is really not much need for a boll opener, as maybe a little defoliant to encourage those leaves when a person's ready to harvest. You know, that's another thing to think about, is that generally speaking, 7 to 14 days after harvest, after application of those harvest aids, is whenever the crop would be ready to harvest. And so that's something to keep in mind. And then, of course, as far as the chance of a early frost coming in and concerns with that, a person would want to get that harvest aid on before, you know, probably a week before the first frost date, and that's something, of course, can be watched on forecasts and such. But so this crop is doing really well, and another thing to look at is this is kind of a little cross section of an upper boll, and it's we would like to see those seed coats in there are brown, dark brown to black seed coats, and these are this was a very top position boll, so it's coming along. It's not quite mature yet, but it's not very far from it, coming right along. So that's another way of a person on those upper bolls of deciding if the crop is ready for a harvest aid and getting ready to harvest. Is those upper bolls, it could be harvested, and value from a length standpoint. A person can cut, if they haven't opened yet, can cut a cross section of that and look to see if those seeds, if the seeds inside there are actually mature, and that's another good indicator. And so all of those things, looking at seed coats, and then nodes above cracked boll, less than or equal to 4, and 60% open of all the bolls on the plant. Those are a good rule of thumb to go by for harvest aids. So with that, it won't be long now. We'll be getting to harvest and looking forward to finishing this crop out. Thank you for listening.